This is white versus the Pirc, lesson 6, b4, g6, d4, d6, knight c3, c6. The first indication that black is angling for immediate queenside counterplay. Bishop b3, knight d7, queen d2, knight gf6. Now, instead of delaying the development of the knight with bishop g7, followed by queenside castle, b5, king b1, a6, and this transposes into a very similar game with just different move order. Now this will follow in our sample game of h4, which takes advantage of the knight being back on g8 to threaten h5. After all, black has no wish to see the h-file opened by h takes g6, or perhaps his bishop pushed back to f8 with h6. So black plays h8, stopping the pawn in its tracks. There follows f3, knight b6, bishop d3, knight f6, and knight h3. When if white is allowed to play knight g5, his knight would be on an excellent square. It is virtually an outpost. Even if black could arrange f7, f6, it would grievously weaken his central squares. So black took the knight, bishop takes h3, rook takes h3, but this is alright because we still can expand in the center, and there's another knight that can get to g5 anyways. Knight fd7, f4, queen c7, e5, black queenside's castles, queen f2, e6, knight e4, bishop f8, and knight g5. And black was in a bind and eventually lost here. A tip: if black keeps his knight back on g8, remember the plan of h2 to h4, provoking h7, h5, followed by putting a knight on g5. Let's return here. White just played queen d2, knight gf6, f3. In the Pirc, white shouldn't hurry to play f2, f3 unless there is a distinct purpose, as it could turn out to be an unnecessary weakening of the dark squares. And don't forget the knight on g1 is deprived of its best square. Remember, this consideration doesn't arrive when playing bishop b3 and queen d2 versus the dragon or the philidor, as the white knight sees that black is intending to play a move like black's sixth move b5, and so decides to preempt the threat of b4, driving away the knight from c3, followed by black playing knight takes e4. Now, more aggressively speaking, he introduces the idea of g2 to g4 followed by g5, and in this specific situation, the knight on f6 is lacking its two natural retreat squares of d7 and e8. Now, instead here, bishop h6 would be ridiculous, but black gets ample play after bishop takes h6, queen takes h6, b5, etc. f3, b5, queenside castle, bold direct chess, but you only get to live once. Bishop b7, king b1, e5, g4, a6. Now black gets into all sort of trouble if he underestimates the power of g4 to g5. Perhaps best was knight b6, vacating the d7 square for the other knight. d takes e5, d takes e5, g5. Knight h5, bishop h3, bishop c8, a horrible retreat, but d7 is attacked 3 times, and if he played knight c5, then queen f2, queen e7, bishop takes c5, queen takes e5, bishop d7 check, king d8, bishop takes c6, and this obliterates black. Check, bishop takes c6 check. So it's back up to here. White just played bishop h3, bishop c8, knight d5, with the threat of white playing on its next move, knight b6, attacking d7 a 4th time. And if black plays rook a7, then white can respond with knight takes c8, etc. Bishop b7. So you might ask, what about c takes d5? Well, queen takes d5, rook b8, bishop takes d7 check, queen takes d7, queen takes e5 check, and black can only choose which rook he wants to lose with check. Back up to here. Bishop b7, knight c7 check, queen takes c7, bishop takes d7 check, king d8, bishop g4 check, king e8, and bishop b6. And this is mate on d7 in 1 move if black takes the bishop, or in 2 moves if queen moves to e7. Queen, and if queen b8, then it's just checkmate.